Our project is about electromagnetism.
Electromagnetism is the interaction between electric charges and magnets.
Electromagnetism is what makes magnets so useful.
Electromagnetism is essential to creating, moving, and using electricity.
Many devices, including speakers, MP3 players, and headphones, use electromagnetism to work.
The magnetic field in a wire loop is stronger than the magnetic field in a single wire.
A single wire wrapped into a cylindrical wire coil is called a solenoid.
A solenoid is much stronger than a magnetic field inside a wire loop.
When a solenoid is wrapped around an iron core, the electromagnet's field can be 1,000 times stronger than a magnetic field of a regular solenoid.
An electromagnet is a temporary magnet created when there is a current in a wire coil.
The strength of an electromagnetic force can be increased by increasing the current in the wire or the amount of curves in the solenoid.
Electromagnets are useful because the user of the magnet can control the magnet's properties.
Electromagnets have a north and south pole, just like regular everyday magnets.
An electromagnet can be turned off by completely shutting off the electrical current. An electromagnet works because an electrical current creates a magnetic field.
When a downward force is exerted on one of the poles of an electromagnet and an upward force is exerted on the other pole of an electromagnet, it causes the electromagnet to rotate. These movements are created by nearby magnets.
Electromagnets can rotate by the forces of other magnets.
When an electromagnet rotates, it converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. This process occurs in MP3 players.
Speakers inside an MP3 player use electromagnets to produce sound.
When the electromagnet inside the speaker rotates, it causes the speaker cone to vibrate, which then produces the sound we hear.
You can use a device called a galvanometer, which uses an electromagnet and measures electrical current. You can use a galvanometer to measure the amount of electricity in each magnet.
Using the rotation of an electromagnet, a simple motor can be made, which includes a wire coil, stationary magnet, and some source of electrical current.
Simple motors can turn electricity into mechanical energy to power your smaller devices, like remote control cars, remote control drones, and phones or tablets.
Electromagnets are used in car systems. They produce electricity to power the motors. Hans Christian Ørsted was a Danish physicist and chemist who discovered the electromagnetism in 1820. He found out that electric current in a wire can deflect a magnetized compass needle, which led him to the discovery of this spectacle.
4 years later, William Sturgeon, an English physicist and inventor, created the new electromagnet and electrical motor. He created the electromagnet by loosely winding a coil of uninsulated wire around a horseshoe-shaped piece of iron.
In 1821, Michael Faraday created the first simple motor, a wire carrying a current rotating around a fixed electromagnet. His work was inspired by the discovery of electromagnetism by Hans Christian Ørsted.
Auto mechanics diagnose and repair engines, and sometimes have to replace electromagnets. They need to be able to diagnose electromagnetic problems. And auto mechanics usually make about 5 figures, or like $40,000.
Robotic engineers design, test, and build parts for robots. Electromagnets power a lot of the devices robotic engineers use. Robots are everywhere: aerospace, automobiles, computers, etc. Robotic engineers all make $80,000 to $120,000.
MRI technicians are responsible for preparing and conducting MRI scans. The technicians analyze the images which are given to other doctors. The technicians make around $70,000.
Electromagnetism is used a lot in the field of electrical engineering. Electrical engineers design and develop more innovative electrical systems. They make around $80,000 to $130,000 a year.
Electromagnetism is very important to our economy, transportation, daily life, and basically everything that happens.
Thank you for listening to our presentation about electromagnetism.